said we let it go, but we settled for.
Hello and welcome everyone. I'm hoping Naori's camera will kick in a second. There we go. Hello, I'm joined by Naori. I need to make a couple of tweaks to that because apparently I really did a botch job when I was haphazardly putting it together. There we go. I'll up your quality in a second, Naori. You are in 420p, but I am joined by the one and only Naori Mizuki. Samantha, how are you today?
I have a tummy ache, but I'm being really brave because it's Women's CS, and that's what we do. So I'm looking forward to a whole ass day of Bigger Keeper.
Yeah, I think the plan is to follow the Bigger Keeper run, just because the wonderful people over at Elite FE are wanting to cover the French teams, which are Partisan and Nemesis, and luckily for us, they are in one bracket together, which makes coordinating this very easy. But Bigger Keeper, I know there's a lot of Bigger Keeper fans who have been really asking for the watch on that. We are going to be watching best of ones, so it is a best of one double elimination bracket. However, the grand finals will be a best of three, as covered over on Minlay09. We'll raid over into that when it's grand finals time. And we've got a wonderful rotation of casters, Sam. You know, had to get you in first. And we've got Parks Cast and then B-Dog as well, who is, I believe, currently doing some analyst work. We're just waiting for one more player in the server. And then...
Guys, I'm gonna throw Affinity under the bus here for a second because she's being all, we had to get you in first. What she's not telling you is that I'm a stand-in. So, I wasn't gonna be here.
So what originally happened is it was gonna be Captain James Force up first, and then the wonderful people at Elite FE pushed back the start time to allow for the teams competing in the female Pro League qualifiers to play in the female Pro League qualifiers, which, as was rightly said in chat, is we love when TOs work with each other as opposed to against each other, to allow them to play in both, because they know, especially with ESL Impact on the ropes at the moment, it means that the more female tournaments, the more women's team tournaments that we can have players participating in, the better. And it's just good because everyone is coming together to coordinate this. But as they pushed the start time back, Captain James Force was no longer available. Sam, you were the first person I messaged immediately, though, because you'd said you were a little bit jealous about it. I'll be honest with you, I reached out to Leif and I went, can I cover them? Parks Cast is on because A, he's a legend, and B, because he also reached out to ask. And they said, sorry, Affinity's already on it. And I felt really bad because I really do love Parks.
Aww.
And it would be nice to get some North America over in EU. He doesn't get to touch EU most of the time. He's woken up at 7 in the morning for this, which is dedication. I believe we've got all of the players in the server. We're just waiting for the knife round to start now. Who are you looking forward to? I feel like Bigger Keeper feel like the favourites going into this.
Honestly, they're probably the favourites for the whole last tournament. Just because they've been fucking phenomenal recently, like checking them out in Europe and everything, like some of the results have been out of this world. But I mean, when you look at the lineups, obviously they had some like changes recently, and this is probably one of the strongest lineups I think they could have gone with. So outside of NIP, like I don't think that there are many teams that pose too much competition for them at the moment. Sorry, I have an emotional support dog on my lap, and she's like wiggling.
Forgiven of all crimes, instantly. But there we are in game now. Got knife. This is a best of one, so knife rounds are important. We've just had a little bit of team damage go on here as well, Sam.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the importance of the knife round. That's not the great way. I mean, or it could just be the ultimate confidence play, right? Because they're already gonna get that first kill to come through. Okay, if it was a confidence play, it was misspent.
One sec. I'm gonna turn the HUD off so I can up the volume, I think, of the game, because I think it's a little bit quiet.
Yeah, all good. Do you know what was my favorite knife kill, Affinity?
What was your favorite knife kill? Was it South America?
She knows. Yes, there was a flash. Car knifed her teammate. I still don't know how Furia won that map, but there you go. Good times.
It was because when you're casting ESL Impact, you're about 5 minutes ahead of the rest of the world. And I'd send Sam a message going, what is going on here? Oh, need to make sure we got sound again. Make sure we got the auto-director. I'm sorry in advance for the auto-director, people. It will lock onto ankles again. But I messaged Sam, I was like, what is going on in this game? This is crazy. And Sam says, it gets worse, which is the most harrowing words that you can hear from someone who is essentially 5 minutes in the future. And then it did. The knife kill happened, and I was like, oh, Sam, are you okay?
I'll be honest, Freddie and I were... we were struggling to hold it together that day. But anyways, it's Europe time, and it's round number 1 at last. Gotten through the knife round. Big Equipa choosing to start on the CT side. Understandable. We'll see what the ladies can do here. As we said, right, they're very much the favorites to come through this, particularly because they're coming up against I would say, relatively unknown team. So it's going to take a lot for Shainingu. Is that what we're saying? Shainingu?
Shainingu is what I've been thinking it's been, but I'm also awful with names. Oh, the bomb plant gets denied there, but Big Keeper starting off strong. Not too surprised.
4K for Hanka. Hanka!
Hanka fans rise up. Hanka fans unite. I know that...
Guys, this is the thing that happens, right? You do one, like, ESL Impact final broadcast, and you are the absolute favorites of all of the talent for the rest of your career. So we love, in this house, we love Sevalicious, we love Vilga, we love Hanka. Anyone that's ever done an ESL Impact final, they automatically become our favorite players.
I am really hoping that we get a little bit of Ida on the desk, maybe. Is somebody that Brandon and I have been talking about, because she's been doing a lot of broadcast work. Also, anything with the audio, just let me know. I've turned Sam down a little bit if the game audio is too high or low. Honestly, just tell me. I won't be offended. I'm awful at balancing audio.
All good.
Conversion, pretty nice. Any other, because I don't think Nip Impact are playing in this tournament, which means
I didn't see them in
competition.
brackets.
Which, to be honest with you, I think is a good thing, because I think we're saving that matchup, hopefully, for the grand final, right? Because I think it would be, we all want to see Bigger Keeper versus Nip, right? But if
now, if I'm not wrong, Nip won the last Elite FE tournament, so them not being in here is kind of like, come on, you gotta come defend your title, because Big won it like back to back, and then Nip beat them last season, and now they're not even back, and Big's like, well, now we don't get to get our revenge arc. That's a bit... I mean, they can do it in ESL Impact, but still, it's not the same.
There's a couple of things, because talking about returning champions coming back, Furia might not qualify, which means the reigning champs aren't going to be there. And also, I know Shimmer are itching for the rematch. Like, speaking to Forks in like week 2, she was like, we don't care how... We just want to face Furia again. Which means, again, we might get another champion, because if Imperial don't make it, we're guaranteed somebody new. But
and there's also a very good chance that Imperial aren't going to make it either. So yeah, it's all over the place at the moment.
But it's really good to see Bigger Keeper have really been putting in the reps. They have been, because they've been playing in all of the women's tournaments. They've got, I believe they're playing in the ESEA. I'd be surprised if they weren't in an ESEA season. They've really been showing up recently. Any tournament that they've been free to play, they have played. And that has been, I believe, all of them. They've also just got back from boot camp, because I was messaging Emsan about it, is that Bigger Keeper like to be on LAN for their really big, important games. And so they were in the big boot camp for their last ESL Impact match versus Imperial Valkyries, because that was like a really big one for them. They flew back yesterday and are competing in this. And they also played and qualified for Female Pro League in Qualifier 1 on Thursday, I want to say. Yes. So they have been all out this week. I do not know how they aren't just napping right now.
Well, you gotta, I mean, that just goes to show how much it means to them to do well in this last season of ESL Impact, right? Like, obviously, that's just a part of it. There's a lot more that you are thinking about when you're, like, doing all of these tournaments and stuff. It's, like, just your own personal improvement and so on, but it's a really important season and all of these extra tournaments, all these extra reps, all the extra work that's going into it. This is potentially their last chance to get an impact trophy. We had kind of some noises being made by ESL, like, oh, we see how much or how important this is to you guys, so we'll keep looking at ways that we can support in the future. But like, no one knows what that's going to look like, and if it even like turns into something. So for all intents and purposes, this is the last chance. So I think all of this extra work, while it may tire them out, I think it's going to stand them in good stead for that final. Because at this point, I don't think there's a world in which they don't make the final.
No, there's no way. And I think that they've secured themselves at least playoffs for 3rd, 4th place, right? I don't think there's any way that they don't have the chance to qualify still. And there's a very real chance. I think it's one more match they need just to outright go through. No extra brackets and shenanigans required. Tomils... I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Is it Tomiliska, I think it is. Now, this is quite interesting because I don't recognize... I think I've seen in tournaments before. I don't recognize any of the names on this Shainingu team, which is always nice when you see new players coming in. And so we've got a round against Big Equipa in the first quarter already, which sounds like a really low bar, but this is a nuts team. It's nice to see so many new players entering the ecosystem, even given all of the news recently. Like the Central Asia qualifier for Female Pro League, we saw loads of new names. The Brace for Impact Cash Cups, we're seeing so many new players. Is great to see. And
FlyQuest is now sponsoring or helping out with the Oceania one as well, which is really sick.
Which is awesome. And Toga, Connie in chat. Oceania Queen.
Yeah, this is kind of sad because Shainingu finally get around, and then in the next round, okay, no, we're battling back. This is still somewhat doable. 1v2 is hard, but Hank has been put down, so that's the raid boss no longer on the server. Morted.
Are they going to expect MSAM peeking out? They're so tunnel visioned over on Astra. But I think it's spot Hank is 10-2. That's 5KD, man.
To be fair, 4 of those were in the pistol round.
True.
But yes, still very impressive no matter how you slice it. Casual 5.0 KD.
Yeah, as she does. Are we surprised? I'll pose you the same question. I posed it to B-Dog. I posed it to James yesterday. Who do you think your favorite esports, like ESL Impact personality is? Because we've all got players. I was gonna say. I figured that you'd say that.
She's so cute, bro. Like interviewing her is such a vibe because she's got this happiness about her. She's so bubbly and she's just so like happy all the time. And I don't know. I really enjoy interviewing her because she is willing to like talk about stuff and actually gives us some really good insight. Like she's just really cool. That being said, I think that Monkey D. Julie is also up there.
Yes, that's like, a shout.
She's so hype, man.
She's got the coolest username as well.
Yes, that is also fantastic. More anime usernames, please.
That's a nice pick to find here because now isolated. I say that it's Riku's orb. I should have known better. I should have shut my mouth there. I was like, there's an AK, there's a chance. She's isolated, like, the 1v1 on the site. No.
So I'm still on your question because the problem is that, like, there's so many different kinds of personality, right? And so that makes it difficult. Like, if you're looking for, like, the badass bitch personality, fucking Vilga, man. Like, watching in the documentary every time she's giving, at that time, Nigma a pep talk, and she's just like, no, bro, we're fucking better than all of them. And I'm just like, yes. Like, she's such a badass bitch. I love her so much. Like, there's just too many different kinds of personalities to choose a real favorite.
And this is the thing is that I think, because you and I, we've been talking about doing some more interviews and some more cool content. I think what the women's scene really needs to thrive is for people to see the personality, right? Because you see all of these people come and be like, oh, this is like tier 4 CS. And I'm like, A, no, it's not. B, wait until you actually get to know the players, because they're so cool. Like,
this is the thing though, like people forget, you know, a lot of esports comes down to the players and the personalities, and like Like you get your diehard organization fans. I'm not going to deny that, but like the sheer amount, like I know for me personally, I follow players. So like, and I'll give you an example. When Monacy was on G2, I was a G2 fan. Monacy's on Falcons now. Tell you what,
Are
I'm
you
a
gonna
Falcons
say it?
fan.
Oh,
I
she said
am.
it.
But again, it's not about the org. I couldn't care less about Falcons as an organization, but it's literally about the fact that Monacy is there. Like, I want the players to do well. I mean, Sam has the same thing with Carrigan, right? Like, she's a diehard FaZe stan, but all she ever talks about is Carrigan. And she really wants Carrigan to succeed. So, like, I feel like there are more people than you realize that are just like, I care about the players. The orgs are secondary.
I'm the same with Bit. Is I believe it was in my Steam bio for a while, was like, in this household we stand Bit. And it was it was off the back of the 2021 major that they won, like Bit in his rookie year. And they win the major. He's like 90, like youngest player to have won it. And James Banks is desperately trying to get something out of it. He's like, is this just the start of great things for you? And he goes, yes. That is all he says. And I'm like, this is my player. Oh, that was a quick tech pause. The tech pauses have been very quick today, and I'm not complaining.
I mean, everyone's at their houses, right? So like a lot of tech issues is like, oh, one sec, I just need to plug in my wireless mouse. But then you get like what happens to us on South America, where like an entire city's power will just go out.
Yeah.
And then there's me, the South African, going, yeah, I get it, been there.
Ooh, this is a pacey side. I don't think either of them were expecting that. Managed to dodge V. You don't want to repeat that. Okay, yeah.
Smoke down. Good call. Good call. Make things a little bit more difficult.
Nice find there. Gives them a bit of space to work with. Oh, mini-map froze for a second. I was going to say, nice space to work with. It's all gone. Luckily, that bomb doesn't die on a site where it's unretrievable, I guess.
Ooh. Flank. Oh, flank! Nice. 2v2, doable, winnable.
Smoke goes out there.
Have you ever dropped out live on a broadcast? I have.
Never on an official broadcast, only ever on watch parties. Case in point,
I have dropped out in broadcasts. It's great.
Yeah. It's a difficult one. Your internet seems just as unstable as some of the South American internet that causes the tech issues.
Well, the thing is, it's not always the internet, right? Like, it could be a variety of things. So one day, I was on a broadcast, and this was the dumbest thing imaginable, but we'd had cleaners in, and they had, so my router is connected to a UPS, and they had like accidentally unplugged the UPS. But because it's a UPS, we still had power and internet and stuff. And in the middle of a broadcast, the UPS dies. So I'm like running around going, why the fuck do I not have internet? What is going on? Until I realized that it was the UPS that had died. So it's just the most random shit imaginable. And then there was the time I had to miss a broadcast because our fiber cables got stolen. Like they'd been dug up in the ground because people thought it was copper.
Saying this.
Yeah, they thought that the fiber lines were like copper, so they could sell because copper is like really valuable. So they thought they could sell the copper, and it was like, nope, that's fiber, and now I don't have internet.
Pain.
Truly. First world could never.
First world. Oh, I'm quite lucky in the UK. Christ is.
Oh, you're lucky in the UK?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It was a broadcast I was doing, and somebody was complaining that their internet didn't work because it was raining, and I was like, "What do you mean?"
That could have been me. I'm not gonna lie. That could have been me. Because deadass, when the weather gets like overcast and stuff. So my friend that works in tech has a theory that when it gets like overcast and rainy and stuff, people are slamming the network, and so the bandwidth is not able to deal with all of the extra
that would
load.
make sense.
Because I'm on fiber, so it shouldn't actually pose any sort of an issue. But hand on the Bible, when it gets overcast, my internet gets slow. I don't know.
Oh, talking of wild, what a shot from Hanka there. What? She's on fire. Like, the HUD says she's on fire.
She's 16-4. Like, can we just...
Every time I look at her KD, it's gotten a little bit better, and I'm like...
Actually, it's gotten a little bit worse. It was on 5.0
now it's on
earlier. It is now
4.
4, you know.
4.0. She's keeping it even.
Hanka's slipping. She's washed.
Hanka wash. Only a 4 KD, guys. Bigger keeper holding tryouts next week. Ooh.
Oh!
She still gets it.
There's no way, bro.
The spinner rat, head on a swivel.
Yeah, this is rough. This is rough. I'll be honest, like, it's so difficult when you're a relatively unknown team and you get into a tournament, they load up the bracket and you go, oh, we're against bigger keeper. Great. I mean, at least there is a lower bracket. And I always say you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. So, like, what they'll be able to potentially get back from this VOD will be massive. But at the same time, like, damn, if that's not a really difficult way to start your day.
Yeah. Oh, fully flashed. Doesn't matter. It was a good flashbang, but it was a beautiful flashbang from Mortis, but unfortunately, Hunker doesn't need eyes to win, it would seem. Just blind. Do you remember the it must have been, was it Blast, where they did a show match? And I remember it was on Nuke and all of the monitors were turned off for a round.
No, I do not remember that, but I'm sad that I missed it.
And somebody took all of the player POVs from when they couldn't see and lined them up so you can watch the whole match that players couldn't see, like, one of their eyes. So good. I have to find it at some point. Like, this mid control is just brutal. Oh!
Oh dear! Oh dearie me. That's okay. We recover. This is a big that's getting a little bit overconfident. I mean, I say overconfident, right? They have every right to be confident, but like, oh god, oh my.
And Viku can just. I mean, there was a little bit of a lineup there.
That actually hurts, bro. That actually hurts.
Hunker just tucks in, and they haven't seen her enter the smoke, and of course they haven't seen her leave the smoke because she's still there. And then the smoke fades, and she just doesn't need to readjust. She's just got the perfect line of sight. That hurts, because that very easily could have been a round win without the 2K there.
Oof.
Could have, should have.
Because the thing is, yeah, like, because like they missed that opening flash, so you get an instant trade, and like things actually start to look like, okay, maybe Shainingu can take some sort of advantage, and then Hank is just hiding in a smoke. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Also, why would you even check that? Like, there is no universe in which you actually clear that because no normal player is ever going to be there.
That's the issue. She's no normal player.
She is abnormal.
Case in point, you know? Going for a little bit more there. Make it 2. Bomb goes down. Kyosa's got the perfect angle to line up both of these. And
do you think Shainingu would like my emotional support dog?
I think she would. I think so. If anyone doesn't like an emotional support dog, then that's on them. I think that says a lot about a person.
Truly, you're just wrong at that point.
I have an emotional support rubber duck. It's not quite the same.
That Puck.
It is Puck, the pixel duck. I really need to get better at naming stuff.
Freddy's got the emotional support capybara.
Yeah.
Giant capybara.
It is. I saw a capybara stand at a convention I was at the other day, and I was like, do I pick Freddy something up? Ooh, okay, the 5/7s. And they pick up, picks up the AK.
How are you not, hello? Okay. Damn, that's devastating. Holy.
I think you just stick with the 5/7 there, surely.
What more does Ayuno need to do? And the worst part is that you're being aimed at by a rifle that's not actually hitting. You pick up a gun yourself and somehow get that shot, and then everyone else just continues to fall apart around you. Like, that's devastating.
The Bison is out. It's a sign of the times, isn't it?
Hanker down to only a 3-point-something KD.
Wash.
She's utterly washed.
No, she's doing it insanely well. M-San goes down. Yeah. Riku needs to find the trade. They're going to peek one by one. She's going to take them down one by one. And Honka's getting into the perfect position. They're not even expecting her. And poor Morted. Difficult one there. But you know what? They put up 2 rounds against bigger keeper. And we talk about that. You learn way more from wins than losses. And it wasn't a clean sweep. And they had good moments there. Like, that should have been a 13-3. But then what happens is, you know, Hanka hides somewhere. I need to set that up so that it's active even when you're not. Do not shut. No.
An emotional support plushie cat absolutely counts, Nikki. That's absolutely.
Come on, OBS. There we go. Hopefully I fixed it. Yes, so that's match number 1. Very quick one. I'm so sorry, Sam. I brought you on and it's been absolute wipeout there. If there are still games going late, I know you've got to go stream though. I've pulled you away from your own stream, which I feel bad about. But any thoughts from that?
You know, honestly, again, kind of went as expected. Okay, so Affinity kind of alluded to this a little bit earlier. We were talking about doing interviews and stuff. So we might be doing some content TM where we could talk a little bit more about all of this stuff. But I'm glad that there are more platforms and more opportunities for like women players and women teams to get some of this experience and to have this exposure. Because like if you are coming into a women's tournament and you're getting 13-2'd by Big Equipa, what hope do you have of, you know, playing in something like ESEA, right? So you need that stepping stone. And everyone always goes, well, why do we need these tournaments? This is why we need these tournaments. You need a stepping stone. You need like a beginning point. And so this is like a massive opportunity. And I'm glad that we're seeing more of it, you know, Elite FE and the Pro League or FE Pro League. And then now we've got the cash cups that Parks is planning to do. Like having all of these tournaments is so important for the overall ecosystem, because I think one of the problems we had with Impact was that they were trying to do too much too soon. We hadn't really developed a grassroots scene. And the way, look, you could look at that and you could give the argument of Game Changers. Game Changers is a different beast because Riot is directly involved with all of their products. Valve is very hands off. And so this was like purely an ESL initiative. And I think that we wanted to do too much too quickly. This is where we need to start, like getting these grassroots tournaments in, getting opportunity, building up a base of really incredibly strong players, building up the fan bases, getting that interest. And when that grows, then we can get to that point where ESL wanted to be with Impact. So I think that the future of women's esports is bright. Maybe I am being like overly optimistic, but I think we kind of have to be, because if we don't do it, who the hell will? So yeah. Did I lose you? Affinity?
I'm muted. I forgot about that. It's because I was typing and it was really loud and clicky. I couldn't have put that better myself. That's you know what? That's going to be the least of the tech issues I had today. I will let you get on with your day. I believe you're going to go and stream as well, potentially.
In a bit, like half an hour to an hour's time. I've got to go and make sure that my player 2 is comfortable, because I'm not going to see him for the next few hours because I will be streaming. So, well, but then I will be streaming.
Enjoy your stream. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to throw to a little bit of a break and get the next guest ready. So see you guys all very soon. Goodbye.
Storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust.